Michael Marcantini here on the IronBirds Broadcast Network. I've got IronBirds Fundamentals coach Charles Bolden joining me. Charles, thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mike. I appreciate you.
You're in your first year with the Orioles organization after a long run coaching college baseball. You're the fundamentals coach here in Aberdeen. How's your experience been so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. Dealing with the players, they're the best part of this. Been able to interact with them, understand their story, who they are, where they come from. Has really been something for me that I look forward to every day. Just constant laughter, just having a good time and just trying to get better every day.
You've been at a few different spots in college baseball, but you're here after 3 years as the head baseball coach at Division III Wisconsin-Eau Claire. How did you end up with the Orioles organization?
Great question. So, for me, college, the challenge of that was kind of done, and I was looking for something else. So I wanted to get into pro ball. I initially went to scout school. I kind of wanted to take a step away from the coaching and see it through a different lens, but I went to scout school in Arizona. I was fortunate enough to win the best male scout there at that event for the pipeline program for MLB. I got a call from a few different teams, but the Orioles stood out. Matt Blood stood out with his persistence, for him identifying the attributes that I could blend with the organization and their overall beliefs. I couldn't say no. I talked to about 6 people in 10 hours. So the way he approached it and attacked it was right up my alley with the energy and the passion that I have. I got it reciprocated from him, and it was a great fit.
One of the big impacts that you've had here with the IronBirds so far is the base running, not just stolen bases, but picking up extra bases, which has led to a lot of runs for this team grinding out wins. Your teams at Wisconsin-Eau Claire and then Illinois Tech before that set stolen base records under your leadership. How did you help make that happen there?
Yeah, it's a group effort, from the players, from the other coaches. It takes everybody, but I think overall it's a mindset, getting yourself in a position where you're thinking and make the defense be perfect, as far as how they play against you. And we want to be the aggressor. We want to take charge. We want to step our foot on the gas and force the team to react to us. But really just the mindset of we go out, we play hard, and when you do that, good things happen.
What techniques or philosophies or even what mindset have you brought to this IronBirds team from your previous career stops?
Yeah, so a lot of it is just movement and rhythm. It's like a dance, with the pitcher. It's no different when you're in the batter's box. It's no different when you're on the mound pitching. It's no different with the outfielders, with the infielders. You'll see their pre-pitch step. It's all about gaining momentum, force, and trying to create that power to go to the next base. And we do a lot of talking about that, just constantly keeping our feet moving on the balls of our feet, being athletic, being athletes, and being ready to just, not, react. We want to already have it in our head already to what we're going to do, and we want to just do it. We don't want to be a play behind. We want to be a play ahead.
One thing that I've noticed here, pretty much every time we've got a guy on first base, after every pitch, you're in whoever's on first base's ear, telling them something. So what are you usually talking to your guys about on first base?
A lot of it is what I'm seeing from the pitcher. So videos, and statistical data tell a lot. But a lot of times when you get into games, the other team, they make adjustments too. So we want to be able to make adjustments as well. It may be things that we pick up with tendencies that I may see, that I may give them. It could be time. Sometimes it could be a time and a joke to keep the mood light. But just some always to let them know, hey, we need to always think about, going back to that aggressive mentality. We want to be the aggressor. We want to take the next base. So just things like that.
What feedback have you received from the players in terms of base running? Obviously, you're the coach, giving them advice and suggestions. What have they talked to you about?
Well, they're the most important part to this. Their feedback is what I kind of go off of, talking with them. And it's a collaboration. It's a group effort. So we talk about it. Obviously with our results, that helps. When people see results, it's a lot easier to get the buy-in. But just overall, what we pick up, they pick up a lot of things too. We do videos before the game starts. And then, we'll show them different things and they'll pick up things sometimes that might not have noticed as a big characteristic, and they'll see it. So getting the feedback from them is super important. We kind of go off each other.
Talking to IronBirds Fundamentals coach Charles Bolden. Charles, I asked Tavian Josenberger a couple weeks ago what coach has had the biggest influence on him in terms of stealing bases and base running in his career. And he said it's you. So hearing that, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. He's a great kid, very coachable. Again, a lot of it, coaches, being a head coach and kind of doing this throughout the years, you get too much of the blame and then you get too much of the credit. A lot of it's on the players, too, if they execute what you're giving them. So big credit to him. He's one of my favorite guys I've coached in my career as well, just with his positive attitude every day, his enthusiasm, and just want to get better for the game. And it just goes together. It's great energy that we feed off each other.
You've set stolen base records at the collegiate level. You told me you want to set records and lead all of baseball in stolen bases this year in your time in the O's organization. Why was that your goal coming into this year?
Because it translates to wins, and it translates to development. You know, if you look at the big league club, they do the same things we do. They go first to third. They steal bases. They apply pressure. We talk about pressure. I say pressure probably every single day. Apply pressure. Our organization, which is one of the reasons why I joined the organization and wanted to coach for this particular one, as opposed to the other, is that our philosophies line up, and that's being the aggressor always and just putting the pressure on the opposing team. So we want to do that all the time.
Why is this IronBirds team capable of setting stolen base records across all of baseball?
These are the best group of athletes I've ever coached in one setting together. You got guys from all over the country. You missing Tavian. He played for Arkansas. Enrique played for Vanderbilt. Doug Hodo played for Texas. These guys have played for high, prestige college programs, with having the IQ, and then you combine it with the mindset that we're building here overall. It's a great combination of all those things, but these are just great athletes. I'm fortunate to be with them.
Incredible insight on what's going on here in Aberdeen with the guys you're working with. Let's change gears a little bit and talk a little bit about your playing career. So you spent some time in pro ball with the Rockford Riverhawks of the Frontier League. Rockford, my old stomping grounds, in the Northwoods League. You also played in the Pecos League. So tell me a little bit about your playing career.
Yeah, so, it's interesting. The first year of pro ball, I got a concussion. I'm unconventional. I played 1 year of college baseball. I was really immature, which is a lot of it I can relate to these guys on both sides. With being older, having a family myself, more mature, and being immature as a young kid, I was just really, I didn't think long term. So I played 1 year of college ball, and then I jumped right into pro ball. Got a chance, me being a college kid, only 1 year of college ball, and going to independent ball where at the time, if guys got released from affiliated ball, you were out. So that that gave me the pink slip. But I got a concussion the first year, then got released. And then the second year going into that, it was actually the Continental League and not the Pecos League at the time. I changed my swing, and for me, that taught me a lot. It was a great opportunity, actually, for me. It was the best opportunity I had a great manager and all of that. But I changed everything I'd done my whole life. And hitting was the one thing that I'd always, held my hat on, and something I could always go back to, and something I did at an exceptional rate. With being able to, use my speed with bunt, with my swing approach, I changed it, to try to kind of conform a little bit. And that taught me to, stay true to myself. And it taught me to kind of do the things. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Charles, one more for you. You've mentioned your family so far in this interview. They're back home in the Midwest in Wisconsin. Tell me about your family and what they've meant to you throughout your career and even just your life in general.
Oh, everything. I got my wife, Claire, and my two kids. I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, a girl and a boy, Kai and Charlotte. And, they hold me accountable. They keep me honest. They don't care if we won or lost. So I had a good day or a bad day. They're just happy to see Dad, when they talk to me or when I come home. So it's really amazing to be able to have that perspective of it. When you start out in this, it's very time committing, right? So we know that. So there's a sacrifice there. So my wife is incredible for what she does. But also it's that element, you want to be there and be present for my kids too. That's important. They're my, first priority. But, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that I'm blending time for everything. I think it's easy sometimes to get caught up. But I have to always put my family first, and, they always have my best interest no matter what, and I always make sure they're first in my heart, and I'm always on their mind and vice versa.
Incredible stuff from IronBirds Fundamentals coach Charles Bolden. Well, Charles, thank you so much for the time. Really looking forward to talking again this season.
Thank you. You do great work, man, and I definitely appreciate everything you do for this organization. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. It's a wrap.